Wow, this game was definitely way ahead of its time for like a good amount of time. Super Mario 3D Land. You remember this game? You probably didn't because you were too busy playing Super Mario World for like the 12th time that week. This is probably the most underrated 3D Mario game of all time, unless you count Super Mario 64 DS being more underrated than, I guess, sure, whatever floats your boat. This is one of my first ever Mario platformers I've ever played back in 2011 when the 3DS was a thing and was very new. Of course, yes, I want to talk about this game. And is it worth still playing when like games like 3D World and many other ones exist? Well, let's find out because this game is pretty good. Still wonder why most of the bosses are just Pom Pom, Boom Boom, and Bowser. Like, really? Yeah, of course, the start of this game starts out like most Mario games. Peach getting kidnapped. I mean, what else can you expect, really? That's pretty much the start. Might want to start investing in some better security, guys, or else this wouldn't happen as much. Yep, the start of the game starts out like most Mario games. First level is pretty easy and straightforward, and not that hard. You get introduced to Raccoon Mario. No, this one doesn't let you fly. You just kind of float graciously to the ground. It's like Mario Bros. 3, but half of it. Every world and level isn't like had the thing seem like grass, water, or sand, like the new Super Mario Bros. Games. There's actually like different themes to expect here. Meaning, besides like the level preview on the World Select map, you're not gonna know what each theme is of every level until you actually play it. Each level does have its own distinct, like honeycombs, or like a cookie aspect, or a clock. So yeah, there's a lot of variety in this game when it comes to distinct level themes, unlike what New Super Mario Bros. Is willing to dish out of late. Yeah, so yeah, of course, I do like a lot of these ideas. Not a lot of ones that are like boring or bad. They're all unique and also pretty decent in some way. Like some are very good. Like you're not gonna find a lot that are bad besides some of the generic grass levels. Of course, some, like every World 1 level, the second level has to be on the ground for some reason. So basically meaning, yeah, you're going to be in quite for a treat. If you're looking for creative level themes, this game's going to have you covered about not being too simplistic when it wants you to. You know, it's always like, maybe if 3D World didn't happen, this game would be more recognizable. I don't know, both are pretty good, you know? Yeah. I mean, for controls for this game, you're talking about, like, say like Mario Galaxy or Super Mario 64. You got like the somersault, the long jump, floating, you know. This game combines both 2D and 3D Mario movements, so, you know, you gotta like that, you know? Oh yeah, this is one of those few games on the 3DS where the 3D is actually used quite a lot, you know, for like some basic puzzles, the graphics, of course, and, you know, many other things. Yeah, it's like, that's kind of a problem with most games on the 3DS. They don't know how to use the 3D properly. Well, this game is going all out on it because the name of the game, yeah. Oh yeah, for side content, what do you got? Besides, you know, you got the occasional different mystery houses, and I guess getting all the cutscenes for the Blue Toad House. Yeah, that's something this game kind of failed at for putting something other than just the main game. Not much side content, you know, but that's not typically a bad thing. Also, the bosses. Most of them are just Boom Boom or Pom Pom or some form of Bowser. And they're all incredibly easy. I mean, Boom Boom and Pom Pom are, you know, easy as usual. But, you know, most of the fights are just Bowser or some form of Tanuki Mario. Yeah, sure, the level setup could be different or something, but doesn't mean I want to play the same thing for the 8th time. That's just something this game kind of struggles for almost every boss. It's just too much of the same thing. Like, literally, first boss, I can literally just run around or just, with a really good jump, just float the end. It's not that hard. Really wish there was more creativity in bosses. And look at you, New Super Mario Bros. Franchise, oh my god. Having, like, the same bosses isn't necessarily a bad thing. Instead, it's just they're all different in some way, then I could accept it. But most of them are just the same thing, copy-paste. But the final boss really is different and awesome. Like, you're running towards Bowser at some point, like shooting fireball, throwing spikes at you. And it's just all very epic with the music in the background, with the platforms crumbling, the castle is just falling apart, with all the action. It's just amazing, honestly. Like, this is like the one boss that you're really, the only one that's kind of worth replaying for just running away and the intensity at all. It's just so freaking amazing. And then at the end, Bowser just kind of dies. Not really. We got Dry Bowser bosses later on, so it's just kind of, yeah. And then, yep, you save Peach at the end. And that's pretty much the first half of this game. Yeah, there's more to this game. You got the special worlds, baby, which isn't really side content, it's just more part of the main game. So it doesn't technically count as its own thing or just more side content. It's kind of just more of the main game. Also, after the first castle, you could unlock Luigi and then play more of the game at him, which I guess is very cool, honestly. Yeah, besides like a couple more new level systems, there's still like some levels that are just copy and paste like from the original game, so it's still like half new, half old. And then you got the final level. Let me tell you, this is going to be one of the hard... If you had somehow no difficulty throughout the whole entire game, you're going to have a lot of difficulty with this last level without some form of powers. I did beat it one time without any powers, but that was me being extremely lucky. It's just going to be hard, let me tell you guys that. And that is Super Mario 3D Land. Overall, definitely probably one of the most underrated 3D Mario games in the franchise, and one of the most underrated on the 3DS, because it's one of the games that helped save the 3DS system from, not doing as well. So we gotta appreciate it for that. Just, more people play it. Yeah, just the side content might ruin it, might not have a lot of side content, but this is still a very good game you should all play. I'll see you next time for more content. See ya!